In the Uber world, you can use your own car. You don't pay $40,000 to rent a vehicle.
Travis Kalanick is the former CEO of Uber, the global transportation company. He ranks amongst the top 300 richest individuals in the world. When you have that kind of wealth, you spend it in bizarre ways. Welcome back to our channel, and for today's video, we will talk about Travis Kalanick's lifestyle and net worth. But before we hop into the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends and family. Early life and family.
Keep jobs.
I mean, we're creating jobs.
Yeah.
Creating millions of jobs.
No matter what you think of Travis Kalanick, there's no debating the success of the company he built. Uber CEO Travis Kalanick grew up in Northridge, California, a suburb outside Los Angeles. When he was a kid who wanted to be a spy, Kalanick got good grades and was athletic growing up, running track and playing football. But he was bullied by older students and later vowed that he'd never be pushed around by anyone again. His father, Don, was an engineer, while his mother, Bonnie, who died in a boating accident in May, worked in retail advertising for the Los Angeles Daily News. His brother, Corey, is a firefighter, and he also has two half-sisters, one of whom works at beauty company Rodin Plus Fields. Kalanick would eventually follow in the entrepreneurial footsteps of his mom, a retail advertiser. He went door-to-door as a teen, selling knives for Cutco. He then started his first business at 18, an SAT prep course called New Way Academy. Kalanick's parent, Donald and Bonnie, would be Rider Zero when Uber launched in Los Angeles. Startups.
Ultimately, those things need to change.
Kalanick grew up in California and initially pursued a degree in UCLA. He was, however, interested and looked out for innovative startup ideas and eventually dropped out of college to pursue them. The first of such ideas was Scour, a multimedia search engine for peer-to-peer file exchange. At one point, the 13 employees of Scour reportedly shared an apartment, which strained the electrical system. The company existed for 2 years before filing for bankruptcy in 2000. After a copyright lawsuit was brought against it. A few years later, Kalanick set up Red Swoosh and Michael Todd in 2001. Kalanick blogged about his financial struggles while setting up Red Swoosh. To save money while operating the company, Kalanick moved back to his parents' house before relocating to Thailand in 2006. The company once withheld income taxes from employee paychecks, which is illegal, but Kalanick was able to raise money from investors to pay the tax bill. The company was acquired in 2007 by Akamai Technologies for $19 million. Kalanick set up Uber with Garrett Camp, founder of StumbleUpon, who he has credited coming up with the Uber idea. Uber was founded in March 2009 as Uber Cups before changing to Uber in 2011.
Most successful entrepreneurs are not waiting for success.
Resigning from Uber. Travis Kalanick co-founded Uber in 2009. He spent an uninterrupted 6 years as CEO of Uber, but trouble arose in 2017 when the company faced problems with public relations. After a series of scandals and a workplace culture where discrimination and sexual harassment were the norm, Kalanick resigned as CEO in 2017. He is most famous for his involvement with Uber, but he allegedly mishandled the allegation against him. Kalanick was also caught on camera arguing with one of Uber's drivers about how difficult it was to make a living on Uber's falling fares. This controversy prompted Kalanick to step down as CEO after facing pressure from board members. Later, he announced he will leave the company for good and resigned from the board of directors on December 31, 2019.
We are reducing the number of black cars on the system over the next 6 months.
Net worth and earnings. Forbes estimated Kalanick's real-time net worth on January 7, 2018 as $5.1 billion. How much did Travis Kalanick really earn? Uber expanded its service to over 700 cities across the world, with approximately 110 million users. The majority of his net worth came from his ownership stake in Uber. He benefited immensely from sales of his shares and had a hefty pay package as CEO of the company. He spent nearly 7 years as Uber CEO, during which he had an annual salary that rose to $40 million. After stepping down from Uber, Kalanick did not earn a salary but did gain benefits and income from his investments and shareholdings. In November and December 2019, Kalanick owned about 4% of Uber and sold all his shares for more than $2.5 billion before taxes. When leaving the company, he cashed out about 30% of his Uber equities for $1.4 billion as a part of the exit agreement with Uber's board. The stock sale reduced his total Uber ownership from 10% to 7%, which was estimated to worth more than $9 billion at the time of Uber's IPO in April 2019. As of March 2021, his net worth is $2.8 billion.
It was a fun. I sort of I guess my love affair with India started then.
10100. In March 2018, Kalanick announced a new venture fund, 10100, which combines his nonprofit and for-profit investments. It was reportedly named after his childhood home address in Northridge, California. The venture focuses on job growth with hopes of penetrating the e-commerce and real estate market, as well in emerging economies in China and India. One of the company's holdings is a platform called Cloud Kitchens, which allows food businesses to set up a base of operations where they deliver to customers without sit-down service. Cloud Kitchens, as it turns out, is a partner of Uber Eats, which Kalanick's successor, Dara Khosrowshahi, noted in his congratulatory tweet. 10100 has so far invested in City Storage Systems. Kalanick is now CEO of City Storage Systems, a holding company focused on redeveloping distressed real estate. This includes conversion of abandoned parking lots and strip malls into new commercial spaces.
Uber in 2010 was, well, we just wanted to push a button and get a ride. We didn't have any grant.
Property. So how exactly does the billionaire Kalanick spend his fortune? The businessman spends the majority of it on traveling the world, along with on some choice properties. He owns a $36.4 million penthouse apartment in Manhattan. It was the most expensive home sold in New York in August. According to the New York Times Review of Property Transaction Records, the building housing Kalanick's new home, 565 Broome, Soho, was designed by Pritzker Prize-winning architect Renzo Piano in 2015. It's the tallest building in Soho. The 6,655 square feet apartment boasts a 20-feet heated pool with 360-degree views, outdoor kitchen, 2 floors, 4 bedrooms, as well as 4.5 bathrooms. It's an expensive home to maintain too. Per Douglas Elliman, the penthouse's monthly property tax bill and maintenance fee totals as just above $25,000. Yet it all seems fitting for Kalanick's subtle obsession with real estate. Travel. The earnings of Red Swoosh made Kalanick a millionaire. He took a year off in 2007 after selling the company and went to Spain, Japan, Greece, Iceland, Greenland, Hawaii, France, Australia, Portugal, Cape Verde, and Senegal. After Kalanick left Uber, he headed to Tahiti. He sailed around the islands in a $70 million sailing vessel owned by media mogul Barry Diller and fashion designer Diane von Furstenberg. The boat, called Eos, is 305 feet long and can hold 16 guests and 21 crew members on board. Back on dry land, Kalanick splits his time between New York and his hometown of Los Angeles. Despite losing a lot of money after resigning from the board, Kalanick does own a 1999 BMW M3, albeit one with a broken alternator. If he bought when it was released, it would have been $45,000. Kalanick keeps his personal life fairly under wraps, but he spends much of his fortune on real estate and travel. Past times. Remember when seemingly everyone ran for governor of California? Kalanick almost entered that fray. In 2003, he took a registration form to run and even registered travisforgov.com, which positioned him as an independent candidate. It is said that in his spare time, Kalanick used to passionately play Wii Sports tennis. An investor, Chris Sacca, once claimed that Kalanick was ranked the second best player in the world. Kalanick is also known for being somewhat of the workaholic. On at least one occasion, he was seen working on a spreadsheet on a laptop at a strip club. Kalanick apparently has a superhuman ability to stay submerged in hot water for long periods of time. Travis can spend 8 to 10 hours in hot tub, Chris Sacca once said. I've never seen a human with that kind of staying power in hot tub. Despite his wealth, Kalanick is known for being frugal. A former employee of Kalanick's at Red Swoosh remembers one time when they went out to lunch. Kalanick forgot his wallet He's also proudly admitted to flying coach and staying at cheap hotels. For years, he rode an old motorcycle to work, even in pouring rain. Of course, he rides in Ubers too, as seen in now infamous video of him yelling at a driver released earlier this year. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos in the future. Also hit the bell icon to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos.